In this video, we're going to be talking about Bambu Studio's Make My Vase tool and how you can create something like this in just a matter of minutes. Let's jump right in. Jumping right in, we're going to head on over to our Home tab and then down to Maker's Lab. And as we get into here, we're going to scroll down and find our Make My Vase. This tool is awesome for creating simple and even some more complex style vases. Now we have two options. We can either start from a blank or we can even find like a template that works for us. We're going to use this create from blank, and we're going to go over some of the features that as you're getting into this tool, you're going to need to know. So by default, this is what you land in, and we're going to just do a quick preview of the vase that we have here. So if you've ever used any design tools, some of this stuff's going to come very natural. If you have not used any tools, then it's going to feel a little clunky at first. So as far as the settings go, I like to start by getting the height first. And you have the option to expand, and you have the option to contract, and then you can also move these sections up and down. Now, in order to move, you have to just make sure you're on one of the little handles, or else it won't let you just grab here in the middle if you're having that issue. So we're going to first set the height. And so I know I want to set this at around 6 inches in height. So I'm going to start at 150 millimeters. I know it's not exact, but in my brain, it's easy just to go by 25s to get it close. Okay, the next thought process here is we need to decide what type of vase do we want to create. So I like to use these sections here. Draw is if you want to actually draw your own style vase. So we're going to go through each of these. So your simple polygon here. That's what it looks like, top, bottom. And you can increase or decrease the number of edges. It's totally up to you. And then we have a simple wave. And this one gives us a few more options in the fact that we can decrease the quantity. And you can see I'm on a straight here, and we can increase the amplitude a little bit, and it really stretches them out a long ways. So you can play around with this, build it how you would like. There's also the smooth option that you can play around with and really build out some fun stuff. So that's the wave. And then you have the free shape, and the free shape is a little bit of, it's not quite as free as you would like it to be. So you can stretch some stuff out. You can increase, you can move sections up if you would like them, and then decrease those. And you can kind of work on getting your freeform, but the base shape stays roughly the same as far as it's not quite what you can do. There is a uniform where it's going to kind of keep it together. Haven't had the best luck with that. So just for today's purpose, we're going to go back to the default here, and I'm going to build out just kind of a more simple vase. It's kind of a slender vase. So the width, I like to go no more than half. So we're going to come down here to 75 just to keep stability of the vase. And I'm going to push this section up just a little bit because I want it to stay fatter longer. I'm going to actually increase this about to 100. And I'm just building a very typical standard vase here. Something like that. And then we're going to flare this top out just a little bit, somewhere in there. Perfect. Okay, so there's the vase. Now, if I want to preview this, we have our preview mode over here. And I can say, okay, that looks pretty close to what I'm looking for. Okay, coming back. So let's go back to editing this. We'll turn this off. And some other options that we have is we do have the option to add a twist. Now, the twist is only going to work if I put it in like a polygon and then I do the twist. So the standard shape that I had before isn't going to allow for a twist because it was in the default mode. If I put a twist, I can put as much of a twist in it as I want, and I'm not going to be able to see it. So make sure if you're using this twist that you have one of these other options selected up above. Okay, so we're going to keep coming down here. Now there are some basic surface effects that we can add, and so we have just your basic strip, which is a little single, or you can choose a double, which gives you more of like your cross pattern here. And then we can choose the width that we want them to be. So this is in millimeters. So I can go make them around 2 millimeters. I can increase the height. We'll try to get this as close to 2 as well. And then your density is how much of the vase is being filled in. So right now we're at 60. We can decrease that. And it's just going to decrease how much of this vase is actually being filled in. So there's option 1. Next option is this low poly option. And again, we have some like not a lot to do here, just choosing low poly, and it's going to put it in that. And our third option is the Voronoi. And so this has some pretty cool stuff. If you've seen these, this is how most of the people are creating them. They're not actually jumping into Fusion 360 and creating something like this. So the options here is you always have to have a top ring and you always have to have a bottom, but you can choose whether you want to have just the top and a very small bottom, or a top and a bottom section with the middle being filled in. If you leave it as none, the default is going to be just a small section at the top and the bottom. And then you have 2 options here where you can either go with a smooth, which is going to be the corners in here, or the polygon version, which is going to give you sharp edges. The overall width of your section defaults 2.5. If we were to really bump this up, let's go to 4 maybe. You're going to see how thick these sections get. So this is your width, and then your density. Again, the more dense I make something versus the less dense I make them. So it's totally up to you to decide how you want to build this vase. So for me, I want this to have a top and a bottom, and I want to keep these fairly small. Maybe we'll go down to 2.5, which I believe is the default. And put our density back to 200, somewhere in here. So this is what I'm filling for this vase. Now, there are a couple other things that I want to show you really quick as by default is if I want to print something in a vase mode, I have this option to select this and print it in vase mode. Now, for this particular object, you'll see vase mode doesn't work, but I'm going to show you really quickly. We'll come in and I'll reset our shape to something a little different. We'll go to a wave. We'll drop this down. We'll pull this down quite a bit, make it smooth. And you'll see, hey, we've got our option, but down here we have vase mode, or this is to print in vase mode. So when you're printing in vase mode, you need a solid object. So by selecting this vase mode, it will automatically create a solid object for you to put 0 infill and just no top. And it'll allow you to do that. So jumping back over, going to go back to default and build this the way that I wanted it set up, which is nice. It keeps all of your settings. So as you come back and forth, you can use them. Okay, so I've got this here. The next thing for me to do a quick preview. Yep, looks great. I'm going to be printing this in blue. So I'm going to change this color just to get an idea of what this is going to look like. Something like this. So it looks great. So I'm going to go with that. And the next step, super simple. Just click export. It's already ready. And I'm just going to say open in Studio, and it will pull it right in for you. So there is what it looks like. So I have got this set on an A1 Mini, which I need to switch down to a P1S. And it's going to come in with your standard 20 and all of the settings that come standard. You will need to go and adjust those for your particular print. That's it. At this point, I'm ready to slice this plate. Take a look at it. Looks pretty good. Again, I said I was going to be printing it in blue. So we'll select our blue. And should be good to go. Now this print is going to, if we come over here to our line type, this print is going to take about 3 hours and 16 minutes to print. Needs a little bit of support in a few places, mostly just up there at the top. Overall, I think this is going to turn out really nice. So let me know down in the comments what you thought. Hopefully this was helpful. If you did find this helpful, go ahead and give me a like or subscribe, anything to help the channel out as we're trying to grow. Thanks again for sticking to the end, and we will see you next time.